Hi students, myself Payal Christie and you can subscribe my channel on YouTube for more videos. And today we are going to study Standard 11th Commerce subject English, chapter number 2. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together, part 2. In the first session, we saw that the narrator, Gordon Cook, planned to go on a round the world sea voyage, as Captain James Cook had done 2000 years earlier. The name of the boat was Wave Walker. It was 23 meters, 30-ton wooden hull boat which had been professionally built. The narrator employed two crewmen, American Larry Vigil and Swiss Herb Sigler, in order to help them to tackle the southern Indian Ocean, which is known as the roughest seas of the world. Students, please remember this thing, that the southern Indian Ocean and it is the roughest seas of the world. There were 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town on 25th December. The weather was very bad, and the weather even changed worse on January 2nd, that is after a week. As the ship, we know that it rose to the top of each wave. They saw endless, enormous, huge seas rolling towards them. Means they saw that the huge waves, they were coming towards them. In order to face the rough weather, the speed of the ship was slowed down. They dropped the storm jib. They lashed heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern, and they fastened together everything and went through their life raft drill. They attached lifelines, put on waterproof clothes and life jackets. It was a mighty and huge wave. It was almost twice the height of the other waves, and the narrator had never seen such an enormous wave, so he was filled with horror. Now let's see further. The roar increased to a thunder as the stern moved up the face of the wave, and for a moment I thought we might ride over it. So the roar increased. As I told you that there was a very huge wave, and the noise of that wave, the roar increased to a thunder. As the stern moved up the face of the wave, means the back part of the boat, it was totally upward due to this huge wave. And for a moment I thought we might ride over it. Means for a moment the author thought that they would ride over that huge wave. But then a tremendous explosion shook the deck. So there was a very tremendous explosion, means a very huge explosion, means a violent bursting. Shook the deck, means it shook the part of the boat, that is the flat part of the boat, that is known as deck. A torrent of green and white water broke over the ship. Now a torrent means a large amount of water. Its color was green and white, and it broke over the ship, means it came into the ship. My head smashed into the wheel. Now the author's head was hit. Smashed means hit into the wheel, and I was aware of flying overboard. Now he even saw that he flew towards the overboard. Overboard means over the side of the boat into water, and sinking below the waves. Now he was sinking below the waves, because we have seen that the water had totally entered in the boat and he was sinking in the waves. I accepted my approaching death. Now he accepted his coming death. Okay, he saw that now the death was very near to him. Approaching means it's coming towards him. As I was Losing consciousness, I felt quite peaceful. Now, after that, the author he became consciousness and he felt quite peaceful. Why he felt quite peaceful? Because now he was sure that he is going to die, and when a person dies, he feels quite peaceful. Unexpectedly, my head popped out of the water. Now, unexpectedly means this was not expected. The author thought that he is going to die, but unexpectedly his head popped out of the water. Popped out of the water means it came out of the water. A few meters away, wave walker was near capsizing. Capsizing here means turning over in the water. So suddenly when his head came out of the water, he saw that the wave walker, that is the name of the boat, it was near capsizing, means it was turning over in the water. We can say that the boat was turning upside down. It may turn upside down in the water. Her mast almost horizontal. Now what is the meaning of mast here? A tall pole on a boat for a ship to support. Now that also had a turn almost horizontal. Then a wave hurled her upright. My lifeline jerked taut. Now suddenly what happened? That the mast which was horizontal, then suddenly a huge wave came and it made that mast upright. Means it was vertical. And my lifeline jerked taut. Taut means it stretched very tightly. I grabbed the guardrails and sailed through the air into wave walker's main room. Now he just grabbed means he hold tightly the guardrails, means the railings which are built aside the ship. He hold it that tightly and he sailed through the air into wave walker's main boom. Now he goes towards that horizontal stick. Subsequent waves tossed me. Subsequent means frequent waves tossed the author. Tossed means threw the author around the deck like a rag doll. Means these waves, it threw the author here and there round the deck like a rag doll. Means like a doll which is made from the old clothes. So it started throwing, these huge waves started throwing the author like a rag doll. My left ribs cracked, his left ribs were broken. My mouth filled with blood and broken teeth. So his mouth was also filled with blood and his teeth were also broken. Somehow I find the wheel. Now somehow the author finds the wheel. Wheel means the steering wheel, the captain wheel which we say. Lined up the stern for the next wave and hung on. Line up the stern means to adjust the direction. Okay, the author here he found the steering wheel so that he could adjust the direction and for the next wave and hung on, and he just hung on there. Water everywhere. I could feel that the ship had water below, but I dared not abandon the wheel to investigate. Now he saw that there was water everywhere in the ship, everywhere in all the deck in the ship. He could feel that the ship had water below, but he did not dare to abandon, means to leave the place, to leave the wheel to investigate. To investigate means to find out that what was the situation in the boat. Suddenly the front hatch was thrown open. Now students, here front hatch means a door in the deck of the ship. Now there is a door. We know that there are different decks in the ship. The upper one, then the below, then middle one, all these decks are there. So now on the upper hatch, okay, there was a door and Mary opened that door and she appeared and she told to the author that we are sinking. She screamed, the decks are smashed. Now she told that we are sinking, there is water in the boat and the decks are also smashed, means the decks are also broken, and we are full of water, means there is water in the decks. Everywhere water is there in the boat. Take the wheel, I shouted as I scrambled for the hatch. Now he shouted and he told Mary to take the captain's wheel, means the steering wheel, and he scrambled for the hatch. Now he just goes to find out the hatch, that is the main door of the ship. Larry and Herb were pumping like madmen. Now when he went there, he saw that Larry and Herb, these two are the crewmen. They were pumping like madmen, means they were pumping the water, removing the water out from the boat like madmen. Broken timbers hung at crazy angles. Broken timbers means the small pieces of wood. They hung at crazy angles, means they were hung at different angles. The whole starboard side bulged inwards. Now the starboard side, we know that is boat's right hand side, it bulged inward. Bulged means stuck out in a round shape, and it was all bulged inward. Clothes, crockery, charts, tins and toys sloshed about in deep water. So he even saw that the clothes, crockery, charts, tins and the toys, whichever things were there in the boat, they all moved about in deep water, means they were going in the deep water. I half swam, half crawled. Now the author here is half swimming and half crawling into the children's cabin. Now he goes into the children's cabin. Are you all right? I asked. Now he asked his children that whether they were all right. Yes, they answered from the upper bunk. So they answered that they were all right. And from the upper bunk means a layer of bed, a sleeping bed. We know that in the boat there are different layers of bed. But my head hurts a bit, said Sue. Now Susan said, his daughter said that his head hurt a bit, pointing to a big bump above her eyes. Now there was a big swelling. Bump means what? There was a big swelling above her eyes. I had no time to worry about bumped heads. Now the author didn't had any time to ask or to worry about these swelling heads. After finding a hammer, screws and canvas, I struggled back on the deck. Means after finding a hammer, he also found a hammer, screws and even canvas, and he went back on the deck. With the starboard side bashed open, we were taking water with each wave that broke over us. Means they were just trying to put this canvas with the hammer, at least to remove the water from the boat. If I couldn't make some repairs, we would surely sink. If the author would have not put the canvas in the holes, then they would surely sink, because the force of water was too much, and that's why to put a canvas on that holes was very necessary. And if he would have not done this, they would surely die. Somehow I managed to stretch canvas and secure waterproof hatch covers. So somehow the author, he just stretched canvas at the bottom of the deck, and he secured waterproof hatch covers. Hatch covers means a small pieces of wood. He filled the holes with a small pieces of wood along with the canvas across the gaping holes. Holes means wherever there were holes in the boat, he started putting the small broken pieces of wood and canvas. Some water continued to stream below, but most of it was now being deflected. Means some water he could manage that the water was not able to enter in the boat, and the remaining water was deflected. Deflected means the water, it changed its direction over the side, means over the side of the boat. More problems arose when our hand pumps started to block up with the debris. Now debris here is rubbish. Students, please remember, debris means rubbish. So there was now more problem arose when their hand pumps started to block up with all this rubbish floating around the cabins, and the electric pump short circuited. Now they had two pumps. One was the hand pump, and that was blocked up with the rubbish. We can say that stones, mud, then wood, and it was chalked up with that. And the another pump which they had was the electric pump, and that was also short circuited. The water level rose threateningly means dangerously. Back on deck, I found that our two spare hand pumps had been wrenched. So back on the door, they found that back on the deck, they found that there two spare hand pumps. The spare hand pumps means the extra hand pumps had been wrench means pulled violently overboard. Along with the forestay sail, the jib, the dinghies, and the main anchor. So these all things was moved in the water. That is, dinghies also the small boat. Their forestay sail, the jib, the dinghies means small boat, and the main anchor here means in Gujarati we can say langar, that all moved in the water with the waves. Then I remembered we had another electric pump under the chat room floor. Means now the author remembers that they had another electric pump, the extra electric pump they had taken under the chat room floor where they have kept the charts. I connected it to an out pipe. Now he connects this electric pump to an out pipe and was thankful to find that it worked. So he was very much thankful to God that this electric pump, it was working. The night dragged on with an endless, bitterly cold routine of pumping, stirring, and working the radio. Now whole night there was a very bitter cold, and the routine which they did for the whole night was pumping the water out, stirring means to control the wheel, and working the radio means sending signals for help. These three things they did for the whole night. We were getting no replies to our mayday calls. Now what do you mean by mayday calls? Means to send signal for help, and they were not getting any replies. They were sending the signal for help through radio, but they were not getting any replies, which was not surprising in the remote corner of the world. And it was not surprising for them. Why? Because they were in the roughest sea, and they were in the remote corner of the world where the signals could not reach very easily. Sue's head has swollen alarmingly. She had two enormous black eyes. Now her head was swollen and she had two enormous black eyes. Now her eyes had also become black, and now she showed us a deep cut on her arm. Now afterwards she even showed there was a deep cut on her arm. When I asked why she hadn't made more of her injuries before, now the author asked that why you have not told this about this more injuries before. But she replied that I didn't want to worry you when you were trying to save us all. But Sue told her father that she didn't wanted to worry him more, as she knew that her father was trying to save them all. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.